Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and in this video today I'm going to show you a whole process of making coffee table with oak tree and black epoxy. Now as you can see here, I poured epoxy in two steps, and I covered all the holes and scratches, everything with black epoxy so that there won't be any gaps or any cavities, anything like that. After it got solid, I had to shape it a little bit as a customer asked for a certain thickness of the table. As you can see, this process takes quite a while as you cannot really rush it. You have to go it slow and not really deep, as if you go too deep you can cut uh, through the wood or epoxy and leave a deep scratch, which actually I made in this particular case, but it was okay as I made it on from the back side of the table. Even though the traces looks deep, they're really not a problem, as when I start sanding they're gonna go away. And as you can see here, after I made a halfway through sanding process, changing discs from like 80 to 120 and so on up to 360, it's become flat and even. Once that was done, it's time for shaving edges of the table with router. I use a smallest radius bit I have, but it's just enough so that all the edges are smooth and nice to touch. Before applying Osmo Wax oil, I just wanted to polish it one more time with my 2000 grade disc so that it will be completely flat. I know some people prefer not to, as Osmo likes when some pores in a wood and epoxy are still open, and this way it sticks better and stronger. But anyway, I made it just for testing purposes, and it turned out quite well. Now the first layer of this Osmo Wax oil I put on the back side of the table so that it won't warp, and once that's done, a face or the top side, as you can see here, start shining. And I really enjoyed working with this oak tree, as this white golden finish is something I was really hoping to get, and I really enjoyed it. As you can see, even after the first layer, it's beautiful. It really is. Even though this looks greasy and not complete, it's okay for the first layer, as Osmo likes the way it is now. I left it overnight, and the next day I came back for giving it another polishing with 360 grade sanding disc. And after that was done, it's time for second layer, and that is my most favorite part, as after the second layer is there, you can see the way it will be done at the end of this process. Just look at it, and this golden finish is what I wanted to achieve with all this project. I keep buffing it enough time so that I will be sure that there is no any drops or missed spots, and all the surface is even and smooth. But that we're talking about table, which is easy part. As a carpenter working with wood and epoxy is not such a big deal, but I'm not so good at welding. So to complete this project, I had to go to local welding shop, and I ordered a set of legs made from a metal plate. So my goal here is to cover it with 3 layers of paint, which I bought from local shop. It's just the ordinary black paint for the cars, and it takes roughly about 20 minutes to cover it with 3 layers of paint, as you can see here. So that's not a big deal, it just takes a little bit of time. And once that's done, it's about time to complete the project. But just before that, I had to make holes for the screws. I chose to use just a simple screws here because the table itself is not so heavy and it's not required additional like bolts and nuts, heavy duty fixing. So just a couple of holes and 6 mm screws will do the job, which you can see here. So the final step is just to screw it in, and I had to do it the way you see there, so that they would be in a line with each other. This way, I chose this way to fix it because when you look at it from the side, there's always a, a less metal visible, and it's kind of makes the whole project a little bit lighter and not so heavy as metal itself adds a bit of weight. So overall, I'm happy with the result. But what do you think? What would you add or change? What your suggestions? Maybe change design in legs or any additional maybe shelves or anything. What's your opinion, guys? I'm interested because it's all new for me and I'm gathering new experience, but we all live and learn. So there you go. That's the end result, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe. Definitely more to come, and actually one more table is already finished, so it's just a matter of making a video. So yeah, see you guys.